Hi y'all, Freeze cracked here with a bucket of bad rock that I'm trimming, or I don't know what you would call what I'm doing. I don't know what you'd call this. Rearranging. Dang, I need to figure out a way to get into this thing without breaking it. Although with this thing breaking, it might be a good thing. Man, this rock is hard, and it's got cracks in it. And there's cracks in this, and there's oranginess in the cracks, so that's a really bad sign that this rock may just break in half, but probably not break well in half. Crack. I think this thing has cracks all in it, it looks like, kind of. I don't know how deep they go, but this might be a throwaway rock. See the orange? I pulled on that hinge there. I was pulling hard backwards because the likelihood of me undercutting it was sketchy because of the contour. So by pulling on it, I tried to overcome or cheat the sketchiness of it, and it worked. So those rare instances where I can look like I might know what I'm doing if anybody looked closely. It's one of those subtle things where you can't say, "Oh man, how did he do that?" But you know, it was fancy. My ego is at stake. You know, I'm a flintknapper, and my standing in the flintknapping community is desperately important to me. I gave up on being an influencer. Just why, you know, if you're wondering why you haven't seen me lately, it's because I commissioned a poll. I had a company do polling among the napper viewing community, and the results of the poll were so depressing that I went into hiding for 6 months or so. Then when I came out of hiding, I was so additionally introverted from the isolation that I just kind of like surfed the web for another year or so, and now I'm back. You say, why'd you come back? So I don't know. It was either that or go wander the western United States looking for interesting stuff on the ground. Those are my choices. I think there may be a partial crack in that. This material is not your friend. It doesn't seem to care about my social standing. Hey, if you're making videos, and don't go look at my old videos because I didn't know what I was doing. If you're making videos and you're going to show grinding and you're moving edges, that's fine. You know, move your edges. But once you've moved your edges, get them vertical scratches off them that are failure points for transverse fractures, and by show, you don't have to really do it, but show clever and careful cross grinding to replace the vertical scratches with scratches in line with the way that you actually hope a flake might come off. Just do it. I'm not telling you what to do. Do as you please. This is all hypothetical. Crap. The last one failed, the others didn't. See, I just put vertical scratches. Now if I just turn it and hit it, it'll probably split this whole rock in half, and both halves will fall off to each side. Okay. It is extremely valuable, if possible, to develop enough to hit, ignore the important things in life and spend all your time hitting until you get to where you can hit a bug's butt at 1,000 yards, and then you can start swinging for the fences on stuff and develop perfect support where you swing perfectly straight in and don't make it sink or rise at all, just perfectly flat in. And the reason is it helps you cheat, because my point was on these there's not any ridges or contours that are assisting in what happens with those flakes. So if you just can hit the crap out of it, a lot of times you'll get kind of what you wanted in spite of that. It's like pushing a rope, but not really. I shouldn't be hitting this rock at all. This is one of those rocks that no matter what I do, it's going to make me look bad. See, those are just failing. The issue being, it is mega tough and sandy salty. Actually, I had sworn I was never going to work this kind of rock again, period, let alone on camera. But it seems like whenever I'm on camera, I don't want to grab one of my great rocks. Mainly because there's only like 3 of them, and I don't know where they are in there, so trying to find them is an issue. This crap is so tough that I really need to just zigzag it, but the problem with zigzagging is the rock is so so narrow, that I really need to try and achieve more and not create a bunch of big bevels on it. But it looks like the rock was so dang tough that those cracks that I was concerned about didn't go very deep because they didn't like the rock either. You know, they were cracks with good judgment. Hey, let's go find us another rock, Roy. This rock stinks. Right, Billy Ray. Let's head on out of here. This chert is dirt. Need a titanium punch or something. Because, I mean, this is so narrow that it's not that I can't bevel this off, but come on, I mean, you know, where do you go from there? I need to grab another rock. This is silly. I'm not teaching y'all anything except the wrong stuff. I could hit my cute little amoeba, but I don't really want to because I like it. Once I hit it, it'll be gone. I'm keeping my little amoeba. This stuff, so what I think this is, I think this is one of those things that a knapping was over or ending. And somebody had a bucket of this that no one else had bought. And I probably made an offer and got it. And you're like, what is it? Well, I don't remember. It has, I mean, it's heated, so that's the color there, but it's like, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I think it is. Pushing on here. Went up the hill, came down the hill, lowered the hill. Not enough, but still. It really pays to try and do that with this kind of stuff because, you know, this looks like a big old rock, but what you're going to be left with isn't a lot, so best try and do what you can to aggressively salvage the situation. It's a judgment call on this contour right here and whether or not I've gotten that raised enough and that this is straight enough and everything's okay to try and support along it with my little finger while I hold the rest of it in here and put a little pressure on it back here and make it work. but I cut myself because I didn't hold it right. I didn't control it well, and it went to the side. When you get cut, it's usually because a flake slid into your finger, or because you didn't have it held enough to where it flipped, it got away from the face a little bit to where that edge is exposed and then got you. So that's what occurred. I felt it come away from the edge and come to the side, which normally if I had held that with another finger that was more experienced, that finger right there has always been a problem. It's always been a stupid finger. But if I'd held it with a finger with better experience, it would have probably been fine. But at any rate, I've gotten rid of that turtly part of it there. There was a bulb there from the original. That was the original bulb of percussion from when it was hit off right here. And so I needed to, I'm trying to raise this, but in doing so, I had that bulb, so I figured I'd just hitting on chalk, it's just not working. Chalky cortex ain't your friend. So I did lose some there, but get down to some rock in there. Unfortunately, that's a little chalk inclusion. This kind of rock is worth hitting because it's pretty, but it's just a bit of a pain. I need to try and get into this more. Okay, so now we've gotten into it a little bit. I think I may have enough access to flint here now to where I can try and cut some of this with a couple of different hits. Pushing a lot and straight down hitting, but it ran a little. Ran a little. Let's hit lowering. Get them vertical scratches gone. Push on it. Dadgummit. This material, it's heated and it's chalky, grimy. So if you don't have, I probably need to rehammer the bopper. If you don't hit it straight on the platform, it's gonna cut up the platform. The platform's soft. Not when I hit straight down and try to just push on it and make it run in. because this material is soft by comparison to what I usually work. But as you can see, it is turning into a controllable piece of rock. I got this edge I can run. I don't know if this is going to work. I have it abraded. It's hard to get in on this piece. Had pressure on it. Well, I took it all off, but it's soft enough, or it's heated enough to where just a slight amount of how it was on there reversed it, but it didn't reverse it badly enough to be a problem. It just ran that ridge really well and actually was helpful. Although I need to take that knife edge off there now. Video's getting too long. Got a little seam in there, pinched it. Could better stop on this video. Bye, freeze crack.